you know, there's a responsibility with making love music. You hear people talk about, obviously, the responsibility of street music or whatever, but there's a responsibility with love music too. You have to make sure you're not just giving people something to be depressed with. You know, you gotta make sure you're not just giving someone a song that they can have a broken heart with. So with my seduction and the energy in my music, I definitely try and deal with higher heights, higher vibrations, and things that lift you up and lead to happiness and enjoyment and those type of discoveries. My brand new single is called Come Over. And it's just that. It's just saying to the fan base that's already there, to those who possibly don't know, it's saying, why don't you come over, you know?
Since I woke up and...
It's a very soulful, seductive piece of music. You know, I'm gonna take these shades off so I can see you properly. The juncture in my life right now, I'm in a fantastic place, a very responsible place, a very aware space. I'm not in a space of blame, I'm in a space of joy. It's the first time I've made solo music. So that's been amazing, you know, definitely found out so much about myself and found out great things. Found out great things about myself, accepted a lot about myself and really got on to being connected into what it is that I want to share with my audience. Exactly what is the message.
So beautiful,
so beautiful.
Condition. No one has its down as well as high. So
I came to America when I was 21 in 2000 with my best friend Marsha Ambrosius. We started a group called Floetry a year prior to that in London. I was a performing arts student who moved on to being a performance poet, spoken word artist. I was in a performance poetry group called 3+1. I had a show coming up which was called Poets versus MCs, and I asked Marsha if she wanted to come down and perform with me because we'd known each other for years and I was such a huge fan of her vocal ability. And she came down that night. Floetry was born, this blend, I call it poetic delivery with musical intent.
I tried to do the must we, but this must be, yo, a funny kind of happy. Cause lately I find me lacking in stories of yearnings of wanting to be home and in your presence again.
So a friend of ours had a tape in the States, someone heard it, we got invited out to the States and we locked up on coming to Philadelphia, you know, which at the time, I mean, we walked into, you know, the 5-spot Rusted Soul, Black Lily, when I think the first night I went there, Jill Scott was there, Bilal was there, you know, Jaguar, Kindred, music, I mean, it was just phenomenal. Coming to Philly, walking into Axis Studio or walking into, you know, Larry Gold's studio, it was like walking into your CD collection, you know? I walked into my CD collection. I mean, before I came to America, I was adamantly listening to The Roots, you know, Common, Mos Def, Talib.
I trust for making it, cause now you're faking shit. Offering hugs and love, yo, I think you're losing it. Kind of abusing gifts, so local blazing with. No focus or direction, looking like you need a hit. I don't mean nothing funny, I'm just here with my buddy. Rolling just like we used to, still drinking our tea with honey. My heart is still red, can't get me out of bed. I'm done with introduction, let's get back to what it said.
That jam session, to be asked to come down, one, just great, you know, to be amongst all the people, the energy, the vibe. And then you remember there's always this, as much as we connect and get, you know, got in and blended in, the reality is we're from London, you know? So there is that difference. So anything that we get involved in, and there's a pride in it, there's an enjoyment in it, there's a you know, you feel like you've done something right to just be in the right rooms, you know? You know, I always try and surprise myself, but it's difficult to do because I'm a big daydreamer. I think a lot about my life. I think a lot about my future. I live in my future in my mind an awful lot. So I wouldn't say beyond my expectation though, because it takes work. So it's not like, you know, it just boop, happened, it happened because of the work that was being put in. So not beyond the expectations, no. I still haven't won a Grammy yet, so definitely not beyond my expectations. We're doing solo albums right now. So, you know, when you're making a solo album, you have to allow yourself to throw yourself into that creativity. So I've gone from a problem seeker to a solution finder. I'm not into just problems. I take it as a challenge onto myself to remember how blessed I am at all times, and how beautiful life is, and how it's my responsibility to see that the cup's half full. So, yeah, it doesn't come from pain for me. It has at different points in my life, but at this graduation now, no, it comes from celebration, joy, and movement. Yeah, absolutely. There's a chance that people could see Floetry perform again. But like I said, right now we're doing solo music, movements, and it's great fun.